If you had any idea who I am... Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Locked.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress!
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been the reasonable soul. Don't you think these brutes deserve a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more pressing matters? Kurt?
It is your highness's decision to make. Whatever it is, I shall follow.
It's blocked. It's blocked.
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide us. Sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Be back soon, Captain.
Sir,
Are you ready?
we should be able to set... I'm still without...
Does the boy know anyone in Sir?
Other than fellow Nor... I don't think so.
This Jonas.
In tradition...
Might I have a word?
As you wish. You're...
Be back soon, Captain. Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. Your captain...
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary?
Maybe a tad troubled.
Why would that be?
Boy, I haven't the faith.
What does Jonas do in his free...
He just hangs around here or there. And when evening comes, we usually go down the
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole...
Does he know anyone in...
No one, far as I...
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he's...
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be the itch for... Here, yes. I call back to him, as you guess.
What do you think about
He's a damn good navigator. He knows his craft well.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
I need to be going. Good day, sailor.
You talking about Jonas, but like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds.
Were you a witness to the...
Yes, I was. Even though the other day, in the tavern, I saw him and then when we left, him and I, Flavia left. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to them?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled?
Maybe. For sure.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Why would anyone want to snatch him?
How would I know? Jonas is it?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd. I seem to recall that regular being there. We play kind of fellow who plays from morning to night. Now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know.
Thank you, Lara.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this. Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason. I'm looking for a naught that disappeared, a young cabin boy.
Yes, that does ring.
What can you tell me about the boy?
He seemed rather nervous, as if... And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather, and I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particular.
Who was the rich merchant?
No, sir. You were in... It was Sir Fontaine.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the...
Thank you. You've been immense...
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. I think we can trust him.
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now.
Where might I find
I
your...
cannot say, Excellency. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Sir,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed. I'm still without...
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up, to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home, and we are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nauts?
How I would like my father to...
Your Highness, I'm happy your absence this morning.
Come now, Sir de Corsilion. My father may have been angry, outraged, or... I'm sad to have caused you any worry. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing a... Ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night...
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilion. It is the...
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Good day, good sir.
How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. In fact, I've already had a word with your...
They're asking that we pay again, despite having...
It's just that the price has gone up since.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to...
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain. It's nothing personal. I'm
following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Mate.
Why don't we go and solicit other support?
When we've already paid for them. If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do know in the future we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious. You're demanding a second payment, but refuse to reimburse the one that was...
I'm not the one demanding.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek? Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right, cousin?
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sardet, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Nords. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nords.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
So it's
locked.
Who are you?
My name is Desad. Your captain has sent me to...
Were you able to convince my...
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel more sorry for my mother.
You don't seem to be all...
I hadn't seen them since I was... Find me, capture me, and my family is the Nords. I am sorry for...
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to...
Sir Desade, I presume. Captain, you set sail soon?
Yes, we will find...
Excellent news. I'm afraid...
Blast me, I'm a
The commander was quite...
Very well.
The merchandise that you obtained, but the Port Authority formalities for shipping, and we've already lost quite a bit of time with...
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this
I would never ask you to do such a...
Ah, but you don't...
Well, now, if he finds an alternative... But this cargo...
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience.
Selection. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you seen anything to... Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Sir?
Are you ready?
We should be able to... My cabin boy, Jonas, is back.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and those
All we can do is plot a course. I do thank you. Your actions bring you on.
I have a favor to ask before.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise.
Impossible. All merchandise must be registered at so. Unless you're asking me to turn smuggler.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well then, they'll have to wait.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander...
Captain, I understand your position, but...
Listen here. I haven't forgotten what you did for our Jonas. I would gladly do you the favor, but my quarter... He's convinced that thugs want to use our vessel to bring... And, because of that, he's placed guards to watch over the registered merchandise before they... All that I can do for you is to write your crates into the ship's... If you manage to get them into the warehouse, they'll find them. And with the manifest, the crazy Gustav, please try and avoid roughing up those brave guards.
Be back soon, Captain.
If you wore a note, you... Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Very well. I'm going.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Looks like you've been here for quite a spell, and not much is going on. How about a little drink?
Maybe just a drop.
Cheers.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Captain, sir, we were given all...
The way is clear.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it.
Don't you be worrying.
The warehouse is at the end to the right.
Move out. Quick step.
Sworn through.
So you're back. Right then. What about our business?
We can guarantee that your merchandise will leave with us.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And bravo, Kurt. The Commander will be most pleased.
The cargo shall make the voyage. But who will be at its reception once it's arrived?
That shall be your next mission. Once you've reached New Serene, go and find the quartermaster. He will give you new instructions. Until then, I wish you a...
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need.
Sir?
Are you ready? Can we wait?
We should be able to...
Permission to board the ship?
Certainly. But keep in mind, do you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order?
No, my house is in order. We are...
Perfect.
I am so eager to discover Tear Freddy. My isle. My new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, piss-distilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Gentlemen! Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear! Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
A charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Naughts. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
No, not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while.